Imagine waking up each day with an unshakable mind, an unbreakable spirit, and a determination that does not depend on external circumstances. Imagine facing any obstacle with the certainty that, no matter what happens, you will emerge stronger, wiser, and more resilient. The great men and women of history, emperors, philosophers, warriors, and visionaries, have found in Stoicism the key to mastering their emotions, overcoming adversity, and building a life of virtue and purpose. It is not just a philosophy, it is a way of life, a shield against uncertainty and a weapon against mediocrity. Today you are about to discover 12 Stoic lessons that will not only change the way you think, but will force you to become better day after day. These are not just empty words or feel-good advice. They are time-tested principles, teachings that have guided the greatest minds, and if you apply them, they will transform your character, your discipline, and your destiny. Get ready. This journey is not for the weak. It is for those who dare to take control of their lives, for those who seek real growth, not excuses. If you are ready to forge yourself in the fire of Stoic wisdom, keep reading. The first lesson awaits. Don't get attached to what you cannot change. Resistance to change is one of the main causes of suffering. We spend too much time regretting the past, worrying about the future, or trying to control things that are beyond our power. Stoicism teaches us that the first step toward inner peace is accepting what we cannot change. When faced with a difficult situation, ask yourself, is this within my control? If the answer is no, then you must let it go. This does not mean giving up, but rather directing your energy toward what you can truly change, your attitude, your actions, and your perception. Marcus Aurelius once said, "If something external disturbs you, it is not the thing itself that troubles you, but your judgment of it." We cannot stop time from passing, prevent certain people from acting in a certain way, or reverse past decisions, but we can choose how to respond. The key is training the mind to accept the inevitable and focusing our energy on what is within our control. Don't react. Respond with wisdom. People who react without thinking often regret it later. A harsh comment, bad news, an unexpected event, these things can trigger an outburst. But the truth is, it's not the situation that makes you lose control. It's your interpretation of it. This is where the true power of Stoicism comes in, learning to respond instead of reacting. Epictetus taught us that it is not events themselves that affect us, but the way we perceive them. Between stimulus and response, there is a small space. In that space lies your freedom. If you fill that space with impulsivity, you will be a slave to your emotions. If you fill it with wisdom, you will become the master of your destiny. When you feel anger, anxiety, or frustration taking over, pause. Breathe. Observe the emotion without identifying with it. Ask yourself, what would the best version of me do right now? That simple pause can prevent unnecessary conflicts, strengthen your relationships, and help you make smarter decisions. Next time you face a challenging situation, remember, you are not an animal driven by impulses. You are a rational being with the power to choose your response. Use this advantage. Respond calmly, with control, with wisdom, and little by little, you will see your life change for the better. Before we continue, if you found this helpful, I'd be grateful if you could like and share this video so it can reach more people. And if you don't want to miss my future content, subscribe and activate the notification bell. Don't wait for motivation, act with or without it. Motivation is a mirage, it comes unexpectedly and disappears when you need it most. If you depend on it to take action, your progress will be inconsistent and your goals will remain adrift. The Stoics understood this well. Success is not built on desire, but on discipline. Marcus Aurelius didn't write his meditations in moments of inspiration, but in the midst of chaos, war, and responsibility. He didn't ask himself if he had the energy or enthusiasm. He simply did what needed to be done. This is the real key, acting without relying on your emotional state. Think of an elite athlete or a soldier in battle. Do you think they are always motivated? No, but they have something far more powerful, commitment to their purpose. If they only trained when they felt like it, they would achieve nothing. The same applies to every goal in life. The trick is to change the question. Instead of asking, do I feel like doing this? Ask yourself, what kind of person do I want to be? If you want to be disciplined, act like someone disciplined. If you want to be strong, behave like someone strong. Emotions are fleeting, but your actions shape your destiny. Stop waiting for the perfect moment. It will never come. Don't ask yourself if you have energy or motivation today. Simply do what needs to be done. This is the Stoic mindset that will make you unstoppable. Pain is inevitable, but you can choose how to face it. Pain is a part of life. No matter who you are or how much you try to avoid it, sooner or later, you will face it. But this is where the difference lies between the weak and the strong. The weak see pain as a curse, the strong see it as a teacher. The Stoics understood that suffering does not come from pain itself, but from our resistance to it. Epictetus reminds us that we cannot control what happens to us, but we can control how we interpret it. If you see pain as an enemy, you will fight against it and only increase your suffering. But if you accept it as an opportunity for growth, you will develop resilience. Study the history of great men and women. Who has ever achieved something significant without facing difficulties? Athletes endure the pain of training. Entrepreneurs fail multiple times before succeeding. Warriors throughout history have endured battles, hunger, and cold to emerge victorious. They did not run from pain. They used it as a tool to grow stronger. When you face pain, don't ask, "Why is this happening to me?" Instead, ask, "How can I use this to become stronger?" Seneca put it clearly, "It is not because things are difficult that we do not dare. It is because we do not dare that they are difficult. Pain is not the enemy. Mental weakness is. Accept the challenge, endure, learn, and you will come out the other side stronger than you ever imagined." Excessive comfort weakens character. We live in a world that offers comfort at every step, from technology that does everything for us to countless ways to avoid physical or mental effort. But excessive comfort, though tempting, is a silent enemy of personal growth. When we constantly seek comfort, our minds and spirits become weak and stagnant. The Stoics understood that real growth comes from discomfort. If you want to be stronger, you cannot expect life to hand you everything easily. You must actively seek out challenges that push you beyond your comfort zone. Seneca said it best, "Difficulties strengthen the mind as labor strengthens the body." If you avoid difficulties, you are avoiding your own potential. Think of physical training. Muscles do not grow at rest, they grow when challenged, when exposed to resistance. The same applies to your character and mind. If you only do what is easy, you will only improve at what you already know. But when you face difficulties, you learn, adapt, and transform. The key is to act even when you don't feel like it. Do things that challenge you, from intense training to making tough decisions. Discomfort is a sign that you are growing, and every challenge is an opportunity to strengthen your character. Remember, those who avoid discomfort also avoid growth. Don't waste energy complaining. Invest it in solutions. Complaining is an easy habit to fall into, but it is entirely unproductive. When faced with a problem, complaints might bring momentary relief, but they change nothing. Instead, they drain your energy and keep you trapped in negativity. The Stoics, like Epictetus, taught that the only thing we can truly control is our reaction. We cannot control what happens to us, but we can decide how we respond. Every time we complain, we are giving up control and missing the opportunity to take action. Imagine facing a difficult situation, whether personal, professional, or emotional. The easiest thing to do would be to complain, but that will not make the problem disappear. What truly changes everything is redirecting that energy into finding a solution. Every complaint that leaves your mouth is a minute wasted that could have been spent searching for an answer. Instead, ask yourself, what can I do to improve this situation? This shift in mindset is crucial. Rather than wasting energy on what you cannot control, use it to change what you can. Next time you face a challenge, choose not to complain. Ask yourself the key question, how can I improve this? That simple action turns problems into opportunities, empowers you over your circumstances, and keeps you moving forward. Life is not about what happens to you, it's about how you choose to respond. Your suffering is optional, your attitude defines it. Suffering is something we all face, but the truth is that it does not come from the events themselves. It comes from our interpretation of those events. Two people can go through the same challenge. One may sink into despair while the other sees an opportunity for growth. The difference lies in how they choose to react. Marcus Aurelius put it clearly. If something external troubles you, it is not the thing itself that disturbs you, but your judgment about it. It is not the problem itself that causes suffering, but how we perceive it. Life will not always be easy or fair, but our attitude in the face of difficulties defines our suffering. The Stoics taught that, while we cannot control what happens to us, we always have control over how we interpret and respond to events. By changing our perspective, we can transform suffering into an opportunity. Instead of asking, "Why is this happening to me?" ask yourself, "What can I learn from this?" This simple question can make the difference between remaining stuck in pain and moving forward with wisdom. Remember, obstacles are not here to destroy you, but to strengthen your character. Every challenge is an opportunity to grow, to forge a stronger and more resilient mind. Suffering is not inevitable. Your attitude toward it defines your path. You decide how to face each difficulty. By changing your perspective, you transform what happens to you into a tool for personal growth. Choose action over excuses, movement over paralysis. One of the biggest obstacles to progress is procrastination, the tendency to wait for the perfect moment, an ideal situation that never comes. We tell ourselves that tomorrow will be the right day to start, that we need more time, more information, or an external motivation. However, life does not wait, and every excuse we make is a barrier we build for ourselves. Epictetus taught that success does not come through perfection, but through consistent action. You don't need to have everything figured out to begin, nor do you need to take a huge leap. What matters is taking the first step, no matter how small. Great achievements are not built in a single moment, but through a series of daily decisions. Successful people do not wait for ideal conditions. They act despite the difficulties. They understand that every day counts, that progress does not depend on perfection, but on persistence. By choosing action over excuses, you choose to move forward even at a slow pace. Remember, it's not the size of the step that matters, but the direction in which you move. Don't postpone what you know you need to do. Act today instead of waiting for everything to magically align. The perfect moment will never come, but the moment to act is always in your hands. Break free from paralysis, choose to move, and as you do, you will find that the path unfolds before you. You are not your thoughts. You are the one who observes them. Thoughts are inevitable. We all have a constant mental stream flowing through our minds, from simple reflections to deeper concerns. However, a fundamental principle of Stoicism is understanding that we are not our thoughts. We are the observers of them. Epictetus taught that what troubles us is not the events themselves, but our interpretations of them. Our thoughts are constantly influenced by our emotions, past experiences, and beliefs, but we don't have to identify with them. The key is to develop awareness of them without allowing them to control us. Imagine you are going through a difficult situation, and your mind starts filling with negative thoughts. I can't do this. It's impossible. I will fail. These thoughts may seem overwhelming, but the truth is, they are not you. They are simply products of your mind shaped by your emotions or mental state at that moment. You are not those inner voices. True wisdom lies in stepping back and observing these thoughts with detachment. You don't have to act on them, nor allow them to define you. By doing so, you take control of your mind rather than being controlled by it. Instead of identifying with your negative or limiting thoughts, recognize that you are the observer. You can choose which thoughts deserve your attention and which ones to let go of. Freedom comes when you realize that just like clouds in the sky, thoughts pass, but you, the observer, remain. Do the right thing, even when no one is watching. True character isn't revealed in the actions you take when others are observing, but in the choices you make when no one is around. It's easy to be virtuous when there are eyes on you, but integrity is truly tested when you do what's right in the darkness, without expecting reward or recognition. The Stoics understood that our actions should be guided by solid principles, not driven by the desire for external validation. Marcus Aurelius, one of the most profound Stoic philosophers, reflected on the importance of living in alignment with reason and virtue, regardless of others' opinions. He said, "What is not good for the wise man is not good for the ignorant either." Acting with integrity without seeking approval builds your character. Integrity isn't about following the rules only when there's a consequence at stake. It's about living in line with your values consistently, without concern for whether anyone is watching. If your actions rely on the gaze of others, you're conditioning yourself to behave for the wrong reasons, weakening your true essence. Every time you choose to do what's right simply because it's right, you not only grow as a person, but also strengthen your relationship with yourself. Acting with integrity when no one sees serves as a constant reminder that in the end, your conscience is what matters most. The world may never notice, but you will know that you've acted honorably, and that's what truly counts. Nothing is permanent, neither success nor failure. Life is a constant ebb and flow filled with victories and setbacks. What seems like an incredible triumph today may fade tomorrow. Similarly, what you view as a failure today may later reveal itself as a valuable lesson. The Stoics recognized that everything in life is fleeting, and this understanding gave them profound inner peace. Marcus Aurelius reminds us in his Meditations that neither success nor failure lasts forever. What you seek outside yourself is already within you. When you cling to success, you lose sight of life's transience. When you wallow in failure, you forget that it's only a temporary state. No condition, no matter how good or bad, is permanent. By accepting that everything changes, we free ourselves from the anxiety of clinging to what is good or fearing what is bad. Success should not become a source of pride, nor should failure bring despair. Both are just moments in the flow of life. When you experience success, savor the moment, but don't let it define you. When you encounter failure, don't fall into despair, because it is just a passing phase. True strength lies in how you navigate these highs and lows. Choose to remain calm and clear-headed, knowing that everything is temporary. Talk less, show more. In a world overflowing with noise and endless opinions, speaking often feels like the easiest way to be heard. However, Stoicism teaches us that words are just a small part of true expression. What truly defines a person is not their promises or speeches, but their actions. Epictetus wisely said, "Don't talk about what you'll do, just do it, and you'll see the results." Words are powerful, but actions speak far louder. It's easy to make promises, plan, and talk about what we'll do. But it is our actions that shape our character and reveal our true nature. Stoic wisdom encourages us to be individuals of few words, but great impact. Instead of talking about your intentions or dreams, show through your actions that you are capable of achieving them. People pay more attention to what you do than to what you say, and it is your actions that will earn you respect and credibility. True success and greatness are not achieved by talking too much, but by taking action, honoring your commitments, working with dedication, and maintaining integrity. Empty words only create expectations, whereas genuine actions produce real results. In the end, what truly matters is not how many times you said you'd do something, but how many times you actually did it. Remember, fewer words, more action. That's how you build a life full of meaning and lasting influence. The principles you've just learned are not merely theoretical. They are tools that, when applied, can transform your life. Stoicism is not about memorizing inspiring quotes, but about living by principles that make you stronger, wiser, and more resilient. If you've made it this far, you have the determination to improve each day. But this is just the beginning. In the next video, we'll dive into more powerful ideas to help you develop an unshakable mindset. So subscribe, turn on notifications, and share this with someone who needs to hear this message. See you in the next video. Keep pushing forward.